Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Monday, November 29th, 2021. Let me start off with this, people. The interview that I did with Dr. Harding has been removed by YouTube. Imagine my shock here. I knew this was going to happen. I think we all did. What have I been telling you all for a very long time? No free thought anymore, okay? No free thought, no free action, and no free movement. You must comply. Even an authority like Dr. Harding, a man, ER-trained physician dealing with this thing on the front lines of medicine, is not allowed to issue or talk about anything related to this. It has to comply with the mainstream narrative. It's outrageous, but not unexpected. I would have to believe that. My channel did get yet another strike against it. If I get one more strike, okay, I was warned this morning, one more strike, my channel will be taken down. So what I'm going to ask you to do right now, before you do another thing, is subscribe to my free newsletter. There is a link in the description of this video to my free newsletter. Look, I think you and I both clearly understand that this channel here is on borrowed time. I address issues all the time that, well, it doesn't go along with the mainstream narrative in many, many ways. So again, be sure to subscribe to my free newsletter. You will find me. I have a lot of thoughts in my head as to what I'm going to do if they do take down, or should I say when they take down this channel. All right, people, look, so that's the story. No surprise to you. And, well, it is disappointing. I knew it was going to happen, but that's the way it is. And for those of you that have maybe saved that video, well, you know, you have my permission to post it any way you want to. Let's give them something to think about. All right, people, look, let's get back to this market. It's time to work, all right? Right now, people, stock futures are higher across the board. Crude oil is higher by 6% right now. Again, Friday, crude took a slamming down like 13%. So right now, crude again is getting bid higher by like 6%. Cryptocurrency is getting bid higher. Gold and silver flat. Now, here we go again. The MMRI, the Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, again, link in the description of this video, is now above 90. I don't like it here. I will repeat, I don't like it here in this environment. It's, look, think of the environment we have. It's almost like a balloon, okay? Well, it is a balloon. It's an epic bubble. Now, the reason why I'm using this balloon analogy is just waiting for a pinprick. You understand? It's waiting for that pinprick to burst. Okay. The drivers of this market, or the driver of this market, is the Federal Reserve. And they're going to continue to fuel the monster. What the Federal Reserve is in the process of doing right now, and this has been going on since the meltdown of '08, number one, they have taken away any resemblance of a free market. We do not have a free market. We do not have a free market economy. Okay, we have the propaganda ministry, you know, flooding the airwaves with, you know, just distractions and fake news like you can't possibly believe. As a matter of fact, we got another thing, and this is no surprise to you at all. So we got this new variant, you know, Omicron, you know, an anagram for moronic. Well, Pfizer already put out a statement saying they will have a new vax, okay, that will combat the moronic variant. It will be out early next year. So make sure you roll your sleeves up, all of you out there, because this is not the last one either. They're going to pump you so full of whatever they want to, and a lot of people are going to comply. A lot of people are going to be forced to comply. Look, like I said, no free thought, no free action, no free movement. The foundations of this nation, our forefathers would be rotating in their graves. They were completely against this. They wanted free thought, free action, free movement. They did not want to be ruled underneath some kind of a tyrannical governmental system. But that's what we have here, and worse. And worse. Anyway, it's out of control. To such a high degree, people. It really is horrible. It's horrible to see. Anyway, where was I? Going back to what we're seeing here, the Federal Reserve is deliberately creating a financial monster. Okay, I've told you for years that the world is engulfed right now underneath this thing, okay? It's a financial monster that at one point is going to change everything when it bursts. We already understand we are in the middle of the creation of a new feudal system, a slave system, and people are just willing to deal with it. They're not doing any, and that's not true. In parts of the world, people are doing something about it. But right here in the United States, where they've created a society of dumbed down freaking zombies, nothing's going to get done. The control mechanisms will stay in place. They are going to get a lot worse. We are going to see new versions, new variants come out. And of course, to back that up, more vaccines. It's an incredible thing. It's an incredible thing, and people are going to willingly roll up their arms and be pumped full of this stuff. And that's really a big part of what we're seeing here with regard to new variants. I mean, for those of you that were lucky enough to catch the interview I did with Dr. Harding, you understand why we're seeing what we are seeing, and I know a lot of you are very much on top of it. So anyway, with that said, let us now move forward. Stock futures are higher across the board, as I said. Crude oil catching a major bid. Crypto's higher. Gold and silver flat. MMRI above 90. I don't like it. I don't like it here. I'm not, again, calling for anything major to happen here. I'm just telling you I don't like it. We will continue to buy all the dips moving forward in everything. It's not going to change. Okay, for those of you out here who, I don't know, love to call Greg Mannarino a permabull, like you're making fun of me or whatever it might be, I have nailed this to the wall for all of you for years and years. And these people out here are trying to discredit me, put me down. Greg's a permabull, don't listen to him. Are you kidding me? What kind of idiots? They're moronic. What else would you expect with the moronic freaking variant, okay? They're making fun of us, and that's okay too. Not you and me. We got it covered. But again, look, like I've told you a million times, I am not a permabull. I will adjust our strategy to attack this market moving forward as things change. How many of you believe, for example, that the Federal Reserve is actually going to do a meaningful real taper anytime soon? Probably none of you. How many of you out here actually believe the Fed is going to raise rates in any meaningful way, regardless of what happens with inflation? People, I have told you, I'm going to start freaking out. Since time immemorial, the Fed was going to inflate, and inflate some more. I've done this exact thing for years and years and freaking years, maybe 10. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. So understanding that the Fed is deliberately creating a financial monster, which is eventually going to burst. And yes, then we're going to see a meltdown of all meltdowns. And this is by design. Nothing, people, is by accident. This is why they must control the narrative. You're not allowed to hear from experts in any field that go against the narrative. The narrative is what it is. They've worked very hard to establish that narrative. You're not allowed to hear anything contrary to the narrative regarding the thing going around and this thing going around and everything else. No, it's a curtailing of information, and that's what it's all about. Control. Control and freaking control. But again, you and me have not seen a damn thing yet, people. Nothing. Nothing. So just be ready for it. Be ready for what's coming. Always have the high ground. With regard to this market, people, look, nobody out here has put you in a better spot than I have. All right? I've explained to you how this whole thing works. I've explained to you the dark underside of this entire thing, and I know for a fact that you get it, that you know what's going on here, how to take advantage of everything that's going on around you, at least from a financial standpoint. Look, there's a lot of guys out here who, their expertise lies someplace else, and that's fine. You really should be paying attention to some of these people. But with me, my expertise is right here, okay, on the financial markets. And if you've been with me for any length of time, I can promise you there's nobody who understands it better than you do. And it goes, this whole thing that I have here on YouTube transcends the financial markets and goes on to a lot of other things too. A human perspective on how we are responsible for each other, how we need to care and love each other, be charitable to each other, recognize the divide and conquer mechanism, what they're trying to do to us here, the lies again, the propaganda, the fake news. It's out of control. The fact that we have no representation anymore, a one world government under the rulership of central banks who have become that one world government we were warned about from many, many years ago. I've outlined all this for you. And if you really ponder the stuff I'm talking about, I mean, look, people know the truth when they hear it. It's a fact. So tell me, where did I get a thing wrong in this video? Again, really, where did I get anything wrong? People, look, I'm going to say it again too. I got your back. I got your back, and I will never stop having your back. Even those of you out here who don't like me, who hate Greg Mannarino for whatever reason. Look, I don't blame some of these people. Look, people who hate the truth, the reason is very simple. People have been lied to from the moment they're born. They're told all kinds of fantastic stories about things that are not true. And when they are introduced to the truth, they find it painful. They can't deal with it. So what they do is they lash out against that person or persons who are trying to shed a little light or a lot of light on things that are actually going on. They can't handle the truth. It's really not their fault in many ways. They've been programmed, okay? Just like a computer. Their brains have been warped into believing that that things are not what they actually are. All right, look, I could go on and on, but I like to keep these videos in the morning at least kind of short. People, I love all of you. Please share the video. Look, I apologized for the fact that they took down Dr. Harding, the interview I did with Dr. Harding. This was out of my control. We all knew they were going to take this down. It stayed up there for longer than I believe most of us would have anticipated. Anyway, but at least some of us got to hear a perspective from a guy here who's not only a military veteran, okay, who has your back, okay, from a guy here, an ER trained physician who's treating this stuff on the front lines. Anyway, it's pretty epic. Whatever. Look, I'll see all of you at the end of the day. Please share this video, and well, that's it.